Hi everyone, we are thrilled to welcome you to Mattermark. Mattermark helps you source the fastest growing companies by location, industry, funding amount, and size. Whether you're looking for the best Series A SaaS startups in the Bay Area or the hottest Internet of Things companies in China with under 100 people. After identifying a list of target companies, you can quickly qualify these prospects by checking their web traffic, employee growth, mobile downloads, funding amount, and news articles on our company details pages. Get insights by tracking funding events as they happen and analyze investment patterns using our funding rounds and investor portfolios interfaces. Leverage Mattermark by integrating our data into your Salesforce CRM, checking companies with our Chrome plugin, or downloading our iOS app. This is our landing page. At the top, you'll see companies, investors, and funding. Our primary data table is all companies, which you can access by opening the companies drop-down menu. Use all companies to find the fastest growing companies by location, industry, funding amount, and size. The first thing I want to point out is our coverage of over 1.3 million companies. Of this, 1.2 million are private companies. Mattermark primarily acquires data using machine learning algorithms, proprietary web crawlers, regulatory filings, and a curated list of news sources from around the globe. Other contributing sources are Crunchbase and AngelList. This software-driven approach enables the Mattermark database to grow at 20,000 to 30,000 companies per month, and you can see this number grow indefinitely. Mattermark has developed two scores you can use to sort the all companies table. The Mindshare score measures online traction by measuring how many people interact with a company online by visiting its website, downloading its mobile apps, and following it on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. The growth score combines a company's mindshare score with its funding amount and employee growth trends. Let's begin by doing a search. Mattermark makes it extremely easy to filter companies and find exactly what you're looking for. Under the vertical header, we can search for companies by business model here on the left and industry on the right. Selecting multiple industries runs an OR search, while picking a business model runs an AND search. Let's go with enterprise software. Immediately, we have identified over 15,000 companies that match this criteria. This is still a pretty big list, however, so I like to narrow it down to make it more manageable. Next, we can go into location. I'm interested in the Bay Area metro region. We have now identified 1,600 companies that match our criteria. We can continue to narrow down our search if we wanted to. For example, if I wanted to work with a particular investor, I can go into Investor and specify one. I can also sort by funding round or funding bucket size and stage. There are also countless other ways to filter through the dataset under the advanced header. One thing I'd like to point out after specifying the parameters of my search is the Save button. Saving your searches is helpful for a few reasons. You can save time by not having to put in the same filters again, and more importantly, in saving a search, you're putting the Mattermark algorithm to work for you. You have the option to subscribe to company alerts and news alerts. This means that you'll be alerted every time another enterprise software company enters the Bay Area metro region or comes out of stealth. These alerts will always keep you informed and aware of the types of companies you're interested in. Next is the export feature. With this, you can export every single data point to a CSV file to continue your analysis. Let's explore a company in greater depth. I'll go ahead and click on MuleSoft. Right away, you can see a brief description of the company. Underneath, you'll notice the tags on the company determined by our software, which will crawl the company's site in order to gain a better sense of what the company is about. Below, you will see the company's links to their homepage, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, AngelList, and Crunchbase. I want to point out that you can watch and hide companies. I typically hide companies that are not relevant to what I'm looking for. You can also add a company to existing custom lists or create a new one. Salesforce integration is built in, and you can push the data directly from our platform into your CRM. You can view the company's quick facts at a glance. Key people are identified on the right. Our View Connections button is very useful as it will go through your personal LinkedIn connections and see if you're connected with anyone at the firm. Further down is the company's time series information. This graph highlights their growth and mindshare scores. On the right are similar companies of MuleSoft. We're looking at companies' business models and business tags and comparing it against the rest of the database. This is useful to know who a company's competitors are and to visualize the entire industry at a glance. We can also click Compare and do a quick side-by-side comparison. Immediately below are recent news articles on the company. We also have a section on the company's funding history, acquisitions, and regulatory filings if applicable. We have employee growth over time, as well as web traffic, and anything social related below, as well as mobile activity if applicable. After seeing MuleSoft's profile, I'm interested in understanding more about investors in enterprise software. We have over 12,000 investors sorted by 3 years funds sold in our database. We can query through every single one of their portfolios at once because we know what they're holding. This is helpful in knowing the tendencies of certain investors and where they're focusing their money in terms of verticals or geography. To continue with our example, I will put in enterprise software. You can sort by investor location to find the headquarters of investors and by portfolio company location to sort by location of company. I'll put in New York Metro Region and Bay Area Metro Region to search for New York-based investors who have made investments in the Bay Area. I can search for VCs only under type and sort by descending order for number of deals to see which VC made the most deals. We can see that Goldman Sachs is very active in investing in enterprise software firms, having made 19 deals to 15 companies. This means that there are follow-up rounds for a few of these companies. This is useful for investors so you can know who you want to co-invest with if you need someone with expertise in a vertical or geography. It is also useful to help understand who the most active investors are in a certain vertical. This is great for companies that are looking for fundraising. Let's go in and view Goldman Sachs' investment portfolio. 169 is the number of investments reflected up here. You can see the percentage breakdown in top industries invested in on the far left, as well as growth momentum, business model, stage distribution, as well as company locations. We can also filter through investment portfolios the same way we did in all companies. For example, I can find out exactly how many of the 169 investments were in enterprise software. Here we see 31. I could also get more granular to find out exactly how many of these companies are located in the Bay Area metro region. This reflects 15 of 31. I can save this search in order to alert myself the next time this investor does another enterprise software investment in the Bay Area metro region. This is helpful if you like to follow particular investors and their respective portfolios. The third and final prong of our tool is funding. Every morning, we scour the web and our in-house team of data analysts manually enter the latest funding information. Any funding event is reflected on our database within 24 hours. We can also filter through the funding events listed here. Again, everything's exportable. That concludes my overview of the Mattermark platform. Thank you.